ocean can start a wave of emotion. My dear, I wish I could hold you safe in my arms from here to eternity. Alone, I know you'll be waiting where the moonbeams lean down to kiss me. 'Cause your beauty burns through the darkness, crystal and clear, from here to eternity. Can start a wave of emotion. My dear, I wish I could hold you safe in my arms from here to eternity. Alone, I know you'll be waiting where the moonbeams lean down to kiss me. 'Cause your beauty burns through the darkness, crystal and clear, from here to eternity.
Ye shall shine as the stars of heaven. He who sat on the throne, like on sardine stone. Oh my god, this is crazy to me, bro. But anyways, in case you ain't get it, like, in case you haven't been following my page, in case you haven't been seeing the truth, you know, like, man, this is why I hate touchscreens, because they just don't do what you want them to do. I'm pretty sure that's why they came up with them. But I kind of like them because in certain games, like, it actually works accurately instead of being rigged. Like, look at this, I can't even just scroll down, like, it's crazy, bro. You know what, fuck that, I'll just start from another one. That's what they do, man, like, it usually doesn't have that problem. But yeah, these are the most recent things, like, I've done this, like, countless times. And, yeah, I just don't got time to waste making all these tries at this shit. Like, they've been doing all kinds of stuff to make this shit not work. But anyway, so, but I know it's gonna work this time because I said it. And I intended it. And I choose it. But anyway, Luffy somehow has his clone, like, and I'm just learning about this thing that they've been doing with this anime based around me. Where it's the positive side, like, literally, like, they got this thing where you got, like, these two sides of the first form is basically, like, this constant, like, happiness. Like, the people literally can't do nothing but happiness. Kind of like the tree of good. You know how, like, they gave him the tree of good and evil. You don't want to have evil in you, but, you know, I kind of had to face that side of things and enhance the shadow of things. I guess you could say, like, the polar opposite, I guess you could call it, but yin and yang, you know, that's why it says the kingdoms of this world, the shadowy world, have become the kingdoms of our Lord, and he shall reign and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's when I sit in the throne, bro. Like, you know, that's why I deleted the other videos, because y'all being disrespectful. Remember the other two that had, you know, like part 3 and part 4, where you actually get to see, you know, what I'm talking about as far as opening your eyes. This video in the corner. And then I've got 2 more frames. I guess I'll put this as the 3rd one on, or maybe just change them around. It doesn't matter, but I can do whatever I want. That's the cool thing about when you reach the throne. You realize the apps, like I realized, because it's only me that did it. Me and my son, of course, because he's me. And then, how could he not do it? He's my son, and he's really the most powerful, like, form that I can take, because I can do whatever with him, and now that he's one with me, that's why I'm able to do whatever. I started out as a man, as the 2 witnesses and all that. And that's why I deleted those videos as well, because it's not just what y'all did as far as your little thumbing me down on that video I'm showing right here. That, you know, I deleted that one because I was explaining all this stuff, you know, and then first ever to have the 4-5 descended to the sardine emerald. That's why I look like emerald stone, you know, that color. And then you saw my 4-5, like, in case y'all didn't catch on to it. That's sardine stone, but I show you on the other camera, it looks bluish, with the red and the blue. And you can see its reflection. My eyes, like, and my body shining like the heavens or whatever. I'm just getting gases from the power. You see these 2, one's sticking out, one's kind of like, well, they're both sticking out, but really, like, the lower one, you can see this actually really, like, kind of going in too. But it's showing you, like, how it's both. It's inside and outside, like. And that's why we got that solar flare that I predicted in the video that I was just showing you that I deleted, simply because, you know, not only were y'all being disrespectful, but it was actually another video. There was a whole bunch of videos I deleted. Like, I deleted the reptilian video because I don't want y'all to have to look at evil. Like, you better off not even see it. But at the same time, I brought up how they're God's shadow when they're not really God's shadow, so I had to delete it. But at the same time, the disrespect inspired me, and God inspired me to just start anew, to be reborn. And it literally happened on the 13th, the same day that I started my ministry way back in the day. This lady named 77837 AEJ that looks literally like my physical mom, but she's like my spiritual mom, I guess, in a way, that prophesied the beginning of my ministry. And it started in 2013. You see what I mean? On the 13th. Wow, I didn't even catch that till just now that they were both at 13. Anyways, I got him, indicted Satan, on that day because it's pretty much already over on that day. But people didn't go with the flow and actually do something. So he indicted all the other people or whatever that indicted him, and y'all just been like steadily wasting this shit, and that's why I don't be saying much. But you know what? Just because the spirit inside of me is just constantly pushing me to share stuff. I'm just gonna talk freely, but yeah, just with the understanding I have now. Like the understanding I have now is just on a whole nother level. There are no limitations to God. All these little limitations they put in these animes that I've been showing, and probably will continue to show. I want you to understand that God has no competition anymore. It's totally over. Like maybe in my mind, because of my imagination working against me, because of doubt. It's your doubt that gets in your way, bro. Like, for real. That's why Jesus, he could have done it no matter what. It doesn't matter. Your doubt ain't getting in the way of me. But my own doubt could. And it was for a long time, and it was my own shadow and all that. But God has divinely inspired me and showed me that I have no weaknesses anymore. Like, it's all based on my desire. And because of that, even though I created, and God did that for a reason, why I made that magnetite and all those other powers that made it so like the voltage and the resistance is really low and I can do things to basically zero, when I was already basically doing that. I did it with the regular eye and then also with the spiritual eye, with the true wheels of time, and then also this other one that's involved as well, that's like compression, I told you. I just felt a little disrespected, people taking me for granted, like coming out with my fourth eye and shit, like first ever to have a fourth eye. And literally there's an alignment happening in heaven. Let me show you that, where it's in heaven right now that has to do with these 4 planets and stuff, like two of them that are, good and of God. And then, there's been a lot happening. And then, also I predicted these guys would have this rapture stuff, and these other people would have these other, there'd be an explosion or whatever, because the devil's losing his mind. I even said it in this video right here. See, he's losing his mind. Well, you'll see it in the corner of the video up here that I'm looking at, the actual video. Ultimate power, it's like kind of blocked by the volume button. Devil losing his mind. Like, they give you a voicemail of this guy that's basically caning my life because I'm the younger brother. Tried to ruin my life, man. Like, same fucker that broke his jaw in one hit. It's on the real One Punch Man. I'm serious, I'm the real fucking One Punch Man. That's the only character in any anime that, besides Gojo, like, that really is, like, shows my power. Like, Goku does kinda, but not really. Like, he shows my struggle as a man to remember my history. There's a reason that in that anime, when him and Gas are fighting in this particular episode, that was really pivotal, like, and really cool in my eyes, when he got hit with the train and all that kind of stuff. He was like, I don't see the same power you had, the resolve your father had in his eyes. Like I have, basically like me, because I hadn't shared my resolve with the power fully, which is basically what happened recently. And let me see, how do I explain this? Like, so that's why the power of the father is like, it's unstoppable. Like it's just like perfectly, like, does its thing. And it doesn't even matter. Like, for example, just to beat, like, Frieza, for example, he burnt Goku. Like that one's like, it's deep. Like with that one, it's really deep. I don't know how long it's gonna continue to be so perfectly. I can't. It's hard for me to imagine it really keeping up with what I'm doing. But in a way, it could be, because it's based on my, what I want to do. And thus yet, I haven't made any new, based on this unlimited power I have, that I know that I can do whatever just based on what I want. Based on what I want. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna give y'all too much about that. But like I said, I'm not telling y'all everything. And but you know, like it's my desires or whatever. So like it's just like bashing. Like I never understood that, but now I understand because I'm bashing basically now. Like I'm understanding it's just like bashing realizes it's a power to change the story and make it whatever he wants. It doesn't have to be terrible and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of thinking like of like reducing my effect on the planet, and I already did that through the magnetic field. That was like that's the only reason we're able to handle my power. That's so great now, like that you're seeing on the other side of the sun. Like it's on the other side of the sun, bro. Like this shit, bro. Like and then literally today or yesterday when it was yesterday when I was 1,000% I had ascended the throne. Like that's when these 3 blasts came off, and like I told you, it's infinite power that doesn't fade, and that's why that firm is so well, it's not really, it's called a filament, but to me, you know, maybe that's me subliminally talking again, you see what I'm saying? But look how big it is, and it's just like, I've never seen anything like that. When you call that out, to the moment it appears on the other side of the sun, just like I was showing you, like when I'll just tell you, if you're watching it, I don't really care. You know, you press on one side of your eye, you get this reflection on the other side. Or you press bottom part, you get the reflection on the top side. Or the top, you get the bottom. It's just like, as it is below, it shall be above. And then, you know, this thing's just permanently there, bro. Like, and it's permanently putting off X flares. I told you, those aren't M flares. They constantly nerfing as I increase my power. So I remember I made an X, like a whole nother class, like an X35 or some shit. I remember one time, and then they started really nerfing it back after that. But anyway, it's like I told you, anything X-shaped like that, you see that X? That's an X flare. That's why I call it a fucking X flare. And the dude even said it in that one video in one of my predictions. I know my shit, bro. I do this, bro. What song is this right here? This is too quiet. Oh, it's that one. Oh, this shit is real, bro. Like, this shit couldn't be more real to you. Look at the sun right there and its rays, you see? That's why they call it the sun of righteousness, because it gives justice. And that's my name. It's one of my names, one of my secret names. I have many, many names. Many, many angels, many, many words, many, many characters. Jesus Christ is one of them, the most important one, and the one that can be anything, really. He's the anointed Messiah. That's not just his name, it's his character. That's what he does, that's his function. He has other names too that you don't deserve to know. Those who make it in the kingdom, they'll know those names. I'll share it with them because they're worthy. The rest of you just see the other side of things. Infinite void, the infinite abyss, the outer darkness. There'll be gnashing your teeth. So this is literally right when this thing happened, and I just so happened to get the video up at 17 UTC, you know, like 17, 18. You know, and today was Easter. That's interesting as well. Somebody knew that egg was birthed on Easter, or really the day before, and then Easter is just a celebration of. You want to see that egg? Do you really want to see it? It's just one of many birthed from the sun. Watch. Just happened on that one. I already see the image. Watch, you'll see. Watch it form. Those are the birthing pains. You see, remember? Watch the egg, it's building up, and then when it gets to this climax, when it's ready to be born, boom. You see the shape? Like an egg, and then umbilical cords, several umbilical cords retreat back to where they came from. I wouldn't even be surprised that was my spiritual mother. You got the sun and the moon. See, like the polar opposites, see? Just like in that Eternity song I was playing at the beginning, he's like, when the moon's light shines. And they even put it in your face with the actual physical metrics of the sun, which are probably the same as not the sun, but the moon, but are probably the same as the sun. You see how double speak? It's because that's the kingdom. It tells the truth. And that's God speaking through me without me even intending to. You have to listen to that inner heart, just like the old man in that One Punch episode made Garo listen to his heart, and then he did what he really wanted to. And his heart was able to overcome the abyss. And, you know, he's symbolic of the shadow of me and all that. I already told you, but it, you know, really, I technically don't have a shadow. I'm one with my shadow. There are no limitations for me. Jesus had to overcome that shadow. That was the shadow of humanity, and that was in the midst of the garden. It wasn't necessary that he had to go through that, and that's why Jesus ended up having to do that. It's really simple, though, bro. He had to overcome the shadows of the world, man. He's more like involved with y'all. I'm more like involved with him. And that's how I'm sealed to the end of the world, and I'm not corrupted by y'all, and y'all can't do shit about me. Like, I'm totally separate from y'all. Y'all can't even comprehend me. Like, y'all can't even see me for. Like, it's just like the sun. Like, you can only see it, like they said, they can only see me in the day, in my day, in the daytime. Like, that's the sun, bro. Like, when I make these videos, the only time y'all even see me, the few of you that do. And, that's why the light of the sun does this with me. Like in that video right here. Remember? Let me show you. Right here. You'll see how it's the sun really causing this effect, and it's just because it's reflecting off me. Just like how it was witnessing of me in this other video where it sent this light directly at me. You see? So I bring you a little further away, it doesn't have that reflection. And really, because it's the sun doing it. Once I bring it back up here, this camera doesn't normally have this effect. Like, you can see outside of the building I'm in. It's just like the Bible says. Heaven is like a tent that God spreads out as a tent to dwell in. Heaven is like, that's all it is, bro. Like, it's a firmament, basically. You see my eye, like, this third eye, and then this shit. This is like with the other spectrum. You can't see me all at once, you see? One sees me as a sardine stone. That's why I like, it's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing. Holy, holy, holy. He that was, he that is, he that is to come. And I'm dedicating this to, you know, the God, you know, Jesus Christ, you know, to me. Like, I can be whatever I want. I am who I am what I am. Whatever I desire. I can make another people out of stones. I can do whatever the hell I want. Based on my desire. It's the only clue I'm gonna give you. Really simple though. But yeah, I give you something right. It's absolutely incredible. Not only did I guess I have to redo a video for this comment one, because this, I don't know if I gotta put this on one title, but then the hail popped up, and then people think it was a rapture, and then that's literally when that first flare happened. I think it was this one, yeah. Remember he was talking about the waves, small little pebble making a wave. And you can see it through on both sides now, like even on your side, because that's how powerful it is, magnetic field wise. Like, oh yeah, this one doesn't really show the flares, does it? Oh man, this thing's zoomed in. But you'll be able to see it from the other side. I wish it would slow it down so we could see the actual UTC of when it lined up. Let's see, does this one show the flares? Yeah, I think it's this one actually. Yeah, it's the first one that shows it. Because the other one's all about the ones that happened today or yesterday, because of what I did yesterday, or, you know, the next fucking day, for God's sake. I mean, how many times I gotta get this to the day and the hour? I mean, there were other things I was gonna witness to you about anyway today. Yeah, the first one was on the 11th, if you didn't catch it. I think it'll show it again. Nah. And then zooming out now, another level. Instead of just, that's why I hate these step journeys. You see now how it's going back? That's from when I pressed it earlier. And it zoomed out instead of doing what it was supposed to, because it's stupid. Let me go back and let you see this. Like, it started on the 11th, literally the day I'll show you on my Twitter. Yeah, on the 11th, watch. That little pebble started an ocean of emotion, ocean of feeling, an ocean of faith. Ocean of desire. And then you can see it from the other side of heaven, man. The other side of the sun. The side you never usually get to see. And then today, and they're probably still erupting. They're just 24 hours later. This power is like, it's like every day is, like I told you, every day. What did I say? You're gonna see this shit? I don't know how long for every day until this world adjusts. Let me show you. Look. The video I already deleted. Every eye will see it. See? Let me go to this. I deleted so many videos, man. Kinda feel bad about it, but like it has to be done properly. I don't accept anything but perfection. Not anymore. Your eyes will see the kingdom and the power and the glory tonight and every day. Every fucking day. It's not just because the sun is the opening in the heaven and the light that shines through that, but because of the change I had made. It's drastic. It's so fucking drastic. Like, you're gonna see it in the day, bro. Like, I was crying because of this shit, man. And then people, like, they didn't disrespect this actual video because they see it too, like, because it's like visualized for them. But I've been seeing it with my mental mind, my mental image, my mental eye. It's the kingdom of God. In case you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna give you a little preview of it, see, like a really small preview. This doesn't even compare to what it really is, because it's indescribable. Not always changing. And it's how I'm able to trap the devil in the abyss. So I'm the king of that damn abyss. And then I shined up as the possibility as God created the firmament.
In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud.
This isn't even the one I wanted to show you, but I was wondering why I was seeing 1-1 and 1-4. Like, this is the other one, but I'm about to talk to you about it. Like, that's the unfolding of the power infinity. Like, it's infinitely unfolding on itself. And then you see Forever 4 in there, and then the firmament. I've already explained this. If you didn't see that, it's your problem. I'll probably talk about it again. And that's literally the firmament. That's where the quartz mountain, Mount Zion, resides at, on the top of it. And then 270, literally the day I predicted the Tonga earthquake, the 7s. That's why you're supposed to observe the 7s, but y'all ain't observing it, so it burns you instead because you're blind and becomes an infinite void. It destroys your ass. So let me see. That's why my witnessing destroys these fools. And 7,000 people exactly die when I go up to heaven in an earthquake. That's according to Revelation. It's just another symbology for y'all to understand. And these are the 4 and the 2 sets of 4. The power of, it's the firmament, man. That will allow you to see the other one, the one I want you to see. So when I intended to show you. I wanted you to see the Lamb. I want you to also see the throne. But now that you've seen both, you can understand how you can't see it all at once. It's like you're gonna see how they see it different, but it also evolves. These guys could totally be seeing it perfectly, but it's evolving as well. I can't set any limitations on it. Like, you can't set limitations. Anything I say literally could change. I'm telling you the truth. It's no longer like how it was.
Who also am your brother and companion in tribulation, and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ.
And it's changed based on whatever the fuck I want it to be. And whatever it actually is. Which is constantly changing. So remember that.
Was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ. I looked and saw a door opened in heaven, and the first voice that I heard, like a trumpet speaking with me, was one saying, "Come up here, and I will show you the things which must happen after this." And immediately I was in the Spirit.
4:2.
And behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And he that sat was in appearance like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow around the throne, in sight like an emerald.
Remember the rainbow war I showed you? That was when I declared that, you know, this is the end for Satan, and I cleared the skies of that fucking shit. And then they started wars. They started, like, I predicted that war to the end, the fucking day and hour. Like, guys, y'all better give me my glory. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I don't even care, though, really. I don't care. I'll give myself the glory. Let's pay attention to who gives glory to him in heaven when it's really done. Only the angels.
Around the throne were 24 thrones.
Forever for they who overcame.
A throne was set, and he that sat was in the throne were 24.
2, 3, 4. 24. God's speaking again, man. Forcing me to do it. You see how aligned I am? Right? You've been doing that to me all day, bro. Yeah, you've been doing that ever since, bro. Just aligning me with that profession. I still wasn't aligned up, but he's got way more he wanted to show y'all. But y'all ain't worthy, man. I ain't gonna allow y'all to see it, bro. I'm gonna do what my part is, what comes natural, and because that's the way I do it, bro. And that's the way that's the way it's supposed to be done, naturally. Not all this try hard shit, not all this out of your will shit.
4 thrones.
4, you see, forever 4, 24, 144,000. No, you know, these are my messages, my angels. And you see, that's the firmament, that's that sea of glass. That's the circuit of the world. That the bridegroom comes out of his bride chamber to make a circuit in. The magnetic field, the circling thing, all the firmament goes up and through the ether. The power of the firmament, the division of the wheats and the tares. To truth, which is our infinite power. That's why it calls itself truth and the life, and the kingdom, and the power, and the glory,
elders sitting, dressed
forever.
In white garments, with crowns of gold on their heads.
Amen.
And out of the throne proceeded lightnings and thunderings and voices.
The 24 avatars of God.
And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the
7 spirits of God. Just like the 4 living spirits, living beast. Living means beast. That's why God said, have these beasts and all the beasts of the field, all the angels, all the everything. That's why you see beasts in the firmament in the heaven, as far as in the field, in the kingdom of God that he has brought onto his dominion. He's trying to get y'all to do the same thing, but nobody could do it except me. And that's why Jesus is sent, so people could, receive the power, and I wouldn't have to be alone.
The 7 spirits of God.
And these are the 24 avatars of God. And that's why there's the 4 beasts, like I said, that are, like I said, the angels, like the archangels of God, the most important ones. Like I told you, Leo, like when I was born on the 7th of August, and then April, which is like basically Taurus. That's why it had the bull head. And then the eagle has to do with my ascension, which is a Native American tradition, which also has to do with the summer, with June and July, when I started this whole thing with the Pluto energy, the furthest out parts, and they found a comet that's at the furthest reaches of heaven, just like they found a bright morning star that I predicted to the day and hour that they'd find that, because I magnified it so that they could see back to the beginning of time, and that's why they call it that. And now all of a sudden they got a telescope that can see back to the beginning of time, when the Hubble was literally just doing it, and they want to cover story and act like it's their glory, their creation, when all this stuff's basically just my manifestation. Like Tesla was a part of it, the real Tesla.
And before the throne there was a sea of glass, like crystal.
The firmament.
In the
Living.
middle of the throne and around the throne were 4 living creatures full of eyes.
And also it's the throne, but at this point he's already levitating off it. You can see it in the field under it. You see? It's just like I showed you how anti-gravity works through these opposing fields, and once I made them one, I ascended myself up to heaven. An infinite supply of it. This anti-gravity is electrons, is power of God.
Eyes before and behind.
Remember the vision. You can see before and behind now. You see your eyes are open. Remember, they were keeping your mind's eye. You're not really seeing through your mind's eye. You're seeing through your physical eye. You're seeing through the lust of the eyes of flesh. But when people dream, when they 30 seconds before they die and then 30 seconds after they die, they see things properly. They go to heaven and all that kind of stuff, or the other place based on, and they flash their whole life before in the judgment, all that kind of stuff. And they can't say nothing about it. They can't argue with it because they're being faced with it. It's right in their faces and all that kind of stuff. And that's why the dead will be judged at that point. It's like time is an illusion, bro. It's just like,
And the first
it's just like when they move, they get like in that anti-gravity device I showed you in the anti-gravity video. The guy would like move through space and time. Like he would go forward in time and all that kind of stuff, or back in time based on it.
creature was like a lion,
Told you the line.
and the
7,
second creature like a calf.
4, 7.
And
Forever 4, but also forever 7. That perfect day, that holy day that echoes. I've been telling y'all, and I've been predicting a lot of this stuff based on the 7th. I already told you.
the third creature had a face as of a man, and the fourth creature was like a flying eagle. The 4 living creatures, each one of them having 6 wings, are full of eyes around and within.
And the eyes gotta do it. I told you, like, you press on one side of your eye, you see it on the other side, like a reflection, because that's your mind's eye. It's just like you can visualize or imagine, you see. That's why I got judged them based on their imagination, to give you a really deep clue. You better pay attention to that. In the days of Noah, because their imagination was constantly evil, their intention was constantly evil. That's what God judged you off. That's your true power. That's your true self. Because it's your intention. This world has been deceive you by interfering with your illusion and trying to guide it the wrong way. And that's why I told you better be careful not to create false angels that take you away from God, because He's the truth. You're going to be like a shadow to Him, infinite. You're going to be sucked up in infinite void and be destroyed if you don't fucking follow along with
And
His
they have
alignment.
no rest day and night, saying, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God, the Almighty, who was, and who is to come.
That's why I told you, holy, 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 who that was, is, and is to come, infinity. That's why He said, I want the glory we had before the world was. That was, that is, that's the word that is constantly whatever the fuck I wanted, but it's in the constant, because He made this manifest realm. And He's a constant, He's infinite, that never fails. Like the perfect day, Bishnu, the light that never fails dwells. That energy never fades, just like the Boros when he saw Saitama and he's basing on his prophecy stuff that he came. And he was just like, man, your power never, he has limitless power. It doesn't fail. It doesn't, like, it's the same thing. It's a circuit. In the beginning was that word, and that Father, the Alpha, was the command, the word, to become God. And He became God. And then he was with God. That means towards God. And that is to come. Who else is going to tell you this besides me? That's why felt disrespected when people wasn't, I was just dumbing it down. And I know one of them was just people, coming to my page because I had been rebuking them for their evil that they was posting. Like they constantly talk about nothing, bro. Like,
when the living creatures give glory.
and then also constantly doing this. That's why, like, when I close my eyes and I'm resting, it's still happening now. Like, that's why I had such a hard time when I was showing you Yu Yu Hakusho, whose father is the king of the abyss, and he had to inherit all that. This is powerful, bro. Like, it's powerful. That's all I can say. And it was really hard to inherit. Like, it was just like when you was inheriting it from Genkai, and it just takes you to your prime and keeps you in your prime based on how much energy you have and all. It's crazy, bro. Like,
Glory, honor, and thanks to him who sits on the throne.
and when I do that, when I outpour my power, that's where it starts. You see, it starts with them. They're the beginning. Those four, forever four, Alpha and Omega, for real, right there, right there. The duality, the circuit, the beginning and the end. The two witnesses. That's where it really started. Like, and then but the four beasts are what, like, represent the beginning before the beginning. Because Jesus, like, that's why they said, Father, receive my spirit. He sent himself to me. And then they
To
give
him
glory.
who lives forever and ever. The 24 elders fall down before him who sits on the throne.
What's 24? That's the story. That's the king. Those are they who overcame the lights, the regular lights. I'm the perfect light, the perfect avatar God that never fails, dwells. The perfect day, 1,000 years that I take Satan into and bind his ass into the abyss. Who else could do that besides the king of the abyss? Not no angel of the abyss. Not a Babylon. That's my arch enemy, trying to desperately stop this from happening. But like, I'm actually king. That's why I couldn't overcome me, and I ascended it. Went to these other possibilities, most high part possibilities. And these are the ends of the earth, reflecting back my power. I already showed you the story of God. It's like it's the story of the constellation, but that's why it signs the season. You'll see, declares my glory and all this stuff. Just like they're declaring my glory. And then there's actually each 12 actually have all these deacon signs, but there's a primary duo.
And worship him who lives forever and ever.
24
And
days,
throw their crowns before the throne,
24
saying,
hours.
Worthy are you, our Lord and God, the Holy One, to receive the glory, the honor,
4:11.
and the power. For you created all things, and because of your desire, they
My
existed
desire.
and were created.
My desire. They're even talking in tongue for y'all.
And I saw upon
Now you understand why I feel disrespected. I do this kind of stuff, and they don't understand. And here you see the 7 seals. You see the beauty of the stone. This guy drew this perfectly. This is so flawless. And I remember when I first started to conceptualize the power, all those years ago, that I imagined that the greatest perfect power would be to be invisible.
on the right hand of him who is sitting upon the throne a scroll written
Look
within
at that
and
beauty,
on the back,
that
sealed
stone.
with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a great voice, Who is worthy to open the scroll and to loose the seals of it?
In order to do that, you have to overcome the world. The only one that could do that was, you already know, my mirror, my
No
real
one
self.
was able in the heaven.
You see his mirror down here? On that side, it's basically great. It's a good thing. It's basically God. It's the firmament itself. Like, it's heaven. It's Jesus.
Nor upon the earth, nor under the earth, to open the scroll, nor to behold it. And I was weeping much.
No one in heaven was worthy. No one in the earth was worthy. No one, not even me. So I was on the earth at this point. It might have been before I was born, but you never know. But Jesus was worthy. That's why I created him. Because I needed something to be able to match my power I had before the world was to some degree. To be able to just take it out of my hand. That's how powerful I was before the world was. I ain't got no clue. That's why he has to loose the seals in it. Man, That's why it's 5-4 when he does it too. Watch.
much, because no one was found worthy to open and to read the scroll, nor to behold it. One of the elders said to me, "Don't weep. Behold, the Lion who is of the tribe
The 4 that surround the 5th.
of Judah, the root of David, has overcome to open the scroll and to loose the 7 seals of it."
And he's the same that sits on the throne. He was there in the beginning. This is I'm assuming this is like a little mixture point, like where Jesus is like playing out his part. And that's why now he's going to do the 7 spirits instead of being the 4 beasts that surround the 5th. And just like I showed you in the other one, when that throne was in the midst of those 4 beasts, he's the 5th. And he's
I
with
saw in the middle of the throne and of the 4
Towards
living creatures, and in the middle of the elders,
that
a
power.
lamb standing as though it had been slain,
Alpha and Omega. It is finished.
having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. And he came and took the scroll out of the right hand of him who is sitting upon the throne.
And the rest is history, as they say.